Here's the truth that nobody wants to admit. You're not plateaued. You're not genetically cursed. You're not broken. You just are not consistent. You're just not consistent long enough to let the plan actually work for you. And what plan I'm talking about? I'm talking about your fitness and health plan. You just aren't consistent long enough. Now, today in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the biggest fat loss killer in the world, inconsistency, and what to do if you keep falling off of your routine every 3 days. All right. So if you are this inconsistent person that I'm speaking on, this video is exactly for you. And we're going to break things down and we're going to make sure that you don't plateau ever again. All right. Just know, for credibility purposes, I've been doing this for 20 plus years. I have a master's in sports and health science. I'm an online fitness coach. I'm a personal trainer inside the gym. I have a little bit of credibility. All right. Just a little bit. I'm also a competitive bodybuilder. Just a little bit. All right. So take it for what it is, but we're going to get right down to it. No cuts, no edits. All right. Fat loss doesn't fail. People quit too soon. I want you to think about that. Digest that. All right. Most people don't give a plan longer than 7 to 14 days before they say it's not working. I'm plateaued. My metabolism is slow. Maybe I need a new diet. Quick little story. I had a client one time. He just couldn't grasp his mind around the fact that it wasn't going to happen overnight. So he linked up with me. I gave him all the material he needed, gave him everything dialed down to the T. And he wasn't seeing those results that he wanted overnight. So he quit. He said, I thought this was going to be faster. I thought I was going to get muscular sooner. I thought I was going to lose the fat and get a six pack in 3 days. I don't understand it, right? I just do not understand it. Fat loss doesn't work on a timeline. Well, sorry, let me say it this way. Fat loss doesn't work on your timeline. All right. Fat loss works on biology, not impatience. Okay. There's a study in the Journal of Obesity. It found that meaningful, sustainable fat loss typically occurs over 8 to 12 weeks, not days. And that early scale fluctuations often have no connection to actual fat mass changes. Okay. So in translation, your body is changing, but the scale doesn't show it yet. And people quit too early to even see the results. When I was getting ready for a show, I didn't lose weight for 4 months. I was strategic with everything. I didn't lose weight for 4 months. I just kept dropping body fat and building muscle, and everything was evening out. I didn't lose weight for 4 months. The scale didn't move. I have all the stats to show it. I have everything to show it. Comment down below if you want to see it, if you want the proof. But I didn't lose weight for 4 months. Now, why you think you're plateaued? All right, this is why a lot of people out there, a lot of guys out there think they're plateaued. And I want to break it down with some real reasons, all right? Real reasons. Reason number one, water weight mask progress, all right? When you start dieting or training hard, your cortisol will rise. That's your stress hormone. It will rise. Your water retention will increase, especially if you're consuming the creatine. And I know you guys get caught up with that water retention, but your water retention will increase. Your inflamed muscles will hold more fluid. All right. So after an intense workout, let's say after a leg day, you step on the scale in the morning of leg day and you step on the scale the next day, you probably gain some weight. You probably gain a pound or two. But remember, your muscles are inflamed. They're holding on to fluid. The scale is going to be stuck. All right. But you're burning fat behind the scenes. You got to keep that in mind. You're burning fat behind the scenes. So don't let it go to your head. Reason number two that people think they are plateaued. You cheat more than you think. All right. Most people underestimate calories by 20 to 50%. And this is according to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. All right. These are not my numbers. These are based on the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. 20 to 50% people are underestimating their calories. That one snack, that one drink, that one bite of something, it all adds up. It's going to add up. What do you think? You're just consuming food and it's just non-existent? It's all going to add up. 1 penny, 2 penny, 3 penny. Eventually, you're going to have $1. The pennies will add up. All right. Reason number three. You're only consistent Monday through Thursday. This happens to mass majority of us. All right. Even right now, while I'm in a relaxed phase of my training, I'm real strict, consistent Monday through Thursday, and then on the weekends I relax. But a lot of you are out there seeking hardcore results. You want the fat loss, you want the six pack, you want the muscular physique. You can't be taking off those 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then trying to get back to it on Monday. The weekend will show up. It shows up with the drinks. It shows up with you eating out at the restaurants, snacking all the time, partying for a lot of you who are out there still partying, and just the late night snacking, the late night munching. You can't hit your goals 4 days on and 3 days off. It's impossible. 4 days on, 3 days off is impossible for you to reach any goal. All right. I can actually promise you that. I'm not going to promise you that. I hate promises, but 4 days on, 3 days off is not the move. It's not happening. All right. So that was it for that. All right. So that's what it looks like. Now, let's talk about the 3-day mental crash problem. All right. 3-day mental crash problem. For most people, the problem isn't the diet. It's the timeline in their head. All right. You expect day 1 to be motivated for you. You expect day 2 still pumped, still ready to get to it. And day 3, that's where you're trying to look for those results. I've been hitting it for 3 days. What's my results? Then you say it's not working. Forget this. I'll do it. I'll restart on Monday. The cycle just destroys the progress. All right. This is real. This is real life. This happens to, I know, mass majority of you guys. Now, what consistency really means? I'm going to give you a simple definition. This is what consistency really means. Consistency isn't perfection. Consistency equals doing the right things 80% of the time every week for 8 to 12 straight weeks. And we're talking about consistency actually in life, but we're talking about fitness right now. So doing the right things 80% of the time every week for 8 to 12 weeks. That's consistency. You will get the results. It's not 3 days. It's not when you feel like it. And it's not when the motivation is high. Your new consistency checklist. I got something for you. This right here. This is what I want you to focus on for consistency. This is your new checklist. Write this down. Hit your protein daily. Do that. Train 4 days a week. Do that. Sleep 7+ hours a night. Do that. I want you to hydrate. I want you to hit your calories within 100 to 200 calorie window. Hit those calories. And I want you to limit your weekends to, let's say, 10 to 15% of calories max, right? So if you need to go up calories, have a nice little fun, 10 to 15% only. Keep it like that. Those are 6 things I want you to put on your checklist. I hope you wrote that down. If not, rewind. Write it down. I want you to do this for 60 to 90 days straight, and your body has no choice but to change. 60 to 90 days. I didn't say 30. I didn't say 20. I didn't say 10. I said 60 to 90 days straight. Do those 6 things. All right. Now let's talk about the invisible progress you're not noticing. All right. You can't see it all. So let's talk about it. You think nothing is working, but here's what's actually happening. Sorry. You think, God, hold on. Talking to y'all, I'm getting into this one. I struggle with this all the time with my clients. Just trying to, I stay on point with my clients. We always talking 24/7, text, calls, all that. I stay on point with them, but I gotta keep giving them the game, because a lot of folks out there, just in general, it's just natural for us to want those immediate results, and sticking to something is the hardest thing, especially when you already don't want to do it anyways. When you already don't want to go to the gym, you already don't want to eat clean, it's extremely hard to stick to it. But let's talk about it, all right? The things you don't see. Your metabolism is adapting, all right? Your muscles are becoming insulin sensitive. Your NEAT, which is your daily movement, is improving. Your inflammation is dropping, your fat cells are shrinking, and your blood sugar is stabilizing. Those are the things that you do not see. This is progress. Even if it isn't visible, this is progress. And you don't have to see it on a scale. You don't have to see a number for all of this to be happening. It takes time, consistency. All right. So let me give you guys the real timeline for results. I'm going to break it down week by week. If you need to write this down too. All right. Week 1. This is what fat loss looks like. Week 1 to 2. Water retention, it hides the progress. All right. So you start your journey. You've been doing nothing for years, and now you want fat loss. All right. The first 2 weeks, water retention is going to hide the progress. All right. So you're going to see yourself watery if you know what that looks like, but it's going to hide your progress. Week 3 and 4, the scale starts to drop. If you stick around long enough, that scale will start to drop. Week 3 and 4, that water retention will be removed, and then you'll start seeing that scale drop. Week 5 and 6, your clothes start fitting differently. So now you're putting on your shirt and it's fitting looser, or if you build muscle, it's getting tighter. Pants, the waist starts shrinking. All this happens week 5 and 6. All right, now week 7 and 8, visible definition starts. Hear me, week 7 and 8. That's 2 months. Now you finally start to see definition. It is what it is, but you got to stick to it. Week 9 and 12, the people around you start to notice. And this can happen sooner, but let's just say week 9 and 12, now everybody's looking like, wait, something's different about you. Well, you've been losing weight? Saw a guy at my job the other day. Not the other day. This is, when he was well into his journey, but I saw him and I'm like, you've been losing weight. People like to walk around quiet. They coming in with the Tupperware and things like that. But yeah, I noticed things like that. I'm like, you've been losing weight. Face slimmed up, arms slimmed up, belly went down. Yeah. And then you got week 12. Week 12 and on, full transformation, guys. Getting it in, full transformation. Week 12, you there, right? Normally, so for bodybuilders, right? Normally it's a 12 to 16 prep. If you're, you stay in shape, you don't go crazy on the bulk and things like that. But you're on that stage in 12 weeks. You're on that stage in 16 weeks. You had a full transformation. You didn't got shredded, diced. Body fat percentage is at 4, at 5, at 6%. It happens, and it happens within 12 to 16 weeks. You got to stick the course, 3 to 4 months. You can get it done. Most people quit on day 10, and it's a 12-week process. It's crazy. It's crazy to me, guys. But this is how we can fix inconsistency. I don't want to hold you guys too long. We're almost at the end. Subscribe if you have not subscribed already. But this is the practical guide for you guys. This is how to fix inconsistency. All right, number 1. Stop changing your plans every single week. Pick one program, follow it for 8 to 12 weeks. And I'm talking to more on the beginner, intermediate level. If you're an advanced lifter, you want to be switching your routines up, maybe 6 to 8. But 8 to 12 weeks, one program, stick to it. Stop changing it up week by week. Number 2, you want to track these 3 things. You want to track your calories, you want to track your protein, and you want to track your steps. Just keep it simple like that. Track your calories. How many calories do you need daily? Track your protein and track your steps. Get moving. Number 3, you want to stop letting your weekends ruin your progress. All right, weekends can erase 50 to 75% of fat loss if you aren't careful. You can ruin everything within that weekend. That Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can diminish all that you have done through that Monday to Thursday. So you got to stick with it. You got to stop letting the weekends win. Don't let the weekend win. Win the weekend. Somebody said that already. Win the weekend. Anyways, 4, you want to create your non-negotiables. All right. Examples: 120 grams to 180 grams of protein. Lock it in. 8,000 steps daily. Lock it in. No liquid calories. 4 workouts weekly. No exceptions. You want to have your non-negotiables and you want to make sure you're sticking to it. Be simple with yourself. But you have to lock this stuff in and you have to commit. 5, this last one for you to fix your inconsistency is to just accept the truth. Consistency beats intensity. I'm saying that again. Consistency beats intensity. All right. Not training hard is not the problem. You're already doing that. You train hard all the time. Sure. The problem is you stop too soon. All right. So you're not consistent with your intense workouts. But just doing intense workouts alone is not going to do it. You have to be consistent with it all. All right, here's the final reality check for you guys. Here's a tough love moment for you guys. You guys are old. You guys can bear it. You're not plateaued. You're not stuck. Your metabolism is not broken. All right, you just haven't been consistent long enough to see the progress. You're not consistent. You're not a consistent human. But that changes the day because you watched this video and I gave you everything you need. You control your consistency. Remember that. You control your consistency. You control your outcomes. You can build the body you want if you stop quitting at 20%. Take it all the way to 100% and give it everything. Now, if this hit home, that's good because that was the idea. But because this is the piece nobody talks about, I know you need to hear it. No one talks about the inconsistency behind it all. Now, I am an online coach, like I said. So I do want you to lock in with me. I have a 5-day quick start. First link in the description box. I give you 6 days because I give you one bonus. Free nutrition plan, free workout plan, and some educational videos to give you this type of game to help you along the way. I have a playlist actually down there in the description box as well. Lock in here. It's going to be videos like this where I'm talking directly to you, just giving you the game. This is what you guys need to hear. This is the videos you guys need to watch if you really want to change your physiques. Now, I'm always talking to my 30 and up guys out there, the fellas out there struggling, but this applies to any and everybody. This applies to all you guys out there. But I know my guys out there 30 and up, I know y'all struggling. I'm 35, so I've been in the game for a while. Like I said, 20 plus years, and it's doing me well. But I'm doing the necessary things to make sure that I'm staying always on the higher echelon, staying on point. But I'm giving you guys the game for free. This is all the game I give my clients, on a daily basis. What's up, texting, all that, right? I do the 24/7 access to me if you are my client. So lock in with me if you need to. Let's do that. Let's subscribe to the channel. Watch this video. If you like this one, I know you're going to like that one. Subscribe, like, comment, do all those things, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next one.